You never like question why there was a peak in people getting high, 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 high all at once. And what I noticed in 2003, 2004, that was when solar cycle 23 was coming down. Coming down. We were going up at one time, and it was like, and then we're going down. And then that time, I was getting in the rehab rooms, right? And I was learning about 9/11, learning about David Icke, and learning about interdimensional entities and dimensions beyond this physical one. And I was learning about spiritual teachings and concepts and on a real deep, profound self-discovery as to who is Alex Ansary, right? But then I started looking around going, this is interesting. There are a lot of people going into rehab. Like the waiting list, the bed list, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, they were long. And there was a time period where, I'm looking around at what's going on in the streets, and I'm not using it anymore, but I'm in the same part of town, right? Old Town, Chinatown, downtown Portland, Oregon. I'm going, where did all the junkies go? Where the fuck do all those Honduras guys go? I mean, it's a supply-demand issue no matter how many busts the police do of the guys from Honduras or Mexico that are selling the dime bags, El Blanca and Chiva, in their mouths and spitting them out for $10 a pop. I'm like, where'd they go? And yeah, they did deport a whole bunch of them, but if there's a fucking demand for the dope, then there's gonna be another dealer to replace them. You know this. When it comes to making money, no police state ain't gonna stop shit. So I noticed that there was a trend in not only the use of illicit substances, but also a pattern of those recovering and getting out of that horrible, horrible lifestyle, right? So it was also during this time period that my life stabilized and my focus centered. And as we went into the minimum and things were quieter, because I'm abnormally sensitive to some of these changes, I was able to focus enough to get my show going, and go back in the workforce and be a busboy where I work like a male version of Cinderella without a knight in shining armor to come save me in any form whatsoever. And I'm just being humble with it because I'm able to focus and deal with these different energies better than I was able to years earlier. Now that we're back in the solar maximum cycle. No, I'm not going back into drug land because I understand a little bit more about myself, and I've dealt with some of those also emotional issues, and I got on the path that I was meant to be on, and that, poof, took the problem away. But now I'm in a situation where, left brain dominating structures don't make sense to me. When we go into these periods of increased solar activity, I believe with the shifting of our brain, as I mentioned earlier, we become more right-brained. But what we want to do through the act of meditation, and for some people yoga, is balance the hemispheres of the brain, right and left, right? We want to be balanced. We don't want to be overly in the left brain or overly in the right brain. You can become so right-brained that nothing makes sense to you, and you're just a basket case, And fuck, I feel like that sometimes. I feel like that sometimes out here. No city required. No city required. Just a few fucking crazy neighbors over there talking shit. That's enough to drive one fucking cuckoo. And what we want to do is we want to stay sane. We want to stay balanced. And we want to know that we want to avoid unnecessary arguments, battles, conflicts, complications. And we want it all to be mindful. With the changes in the sun, with the energy of the sun, brings birth energy and destruction energy. So we want to mindfully destroy old systems, old thinking patterns, abusive behavior. We want to keep people accountable, whether they be people in our lives or the state, the government, also known as the new king, the new Roman Empire, which so many people out here are worshiping. The government. Oh, the government, as they give the government a hand job, just telepathically with their minds. We need to remember that there's a mindful way and an unmindful way to create, and a mindful way and an unmindful way to destroy. So we want to destroy, dismantle, and remove the walls that are hindering our spiritual evolutionary process. And we want to create community. We want to create positive events. We want to launch protests. We want to get people moving in a positive direction when the energy is supporting those actions. And we want to stay away from unmindfully creating disruptions, problems, and wars. Mankind has creative and destructive capabilities. So in this birth and death cycle that comes with the sun, which energy are we going to resonate with? Something that's serving the light, using the energy for a good purpose, to help people, something positive? Or are we going to be unmindful and get in fights, drug and dope, abuse each other, and create fascist systems that dominate and control the lives of others? So we need to look at these patterns. We need to look at these patterns in human history and see the things that have taken place in the past. We need to look at what's going now, and we need to prepare for the world of tomorrow with this valuable knowledge. And this knowledge is something that I think you should share with others. You shouldn't just watch this YouTube and go, wow, Alex's answer is making some sense. Wow, well, you're making a lot of good points. You know, I heard some people say, well, you're not telling me anything I don't already know. Someone posted that on my Facebook, and I'm thinking, ma'am, there's a lot of people on my Facebook that have no idea that the sun is, like, people are still, does the sun cause suicide? I'm feeling really depressed. Yes, the sun can cause suicides. Not directly, but it can trigger certain emotions in the body where someone's like, you know what, I can't deal with this shit anymore, man. I'm gonna fucking knock myself out with the book. I'm just like, whoa. And I posted a link last night. Jamie, I hope you saw it. New Scientist article on geomagnetic storms being linked to making sure there's not an alien invasion outside my window. So in case you're wondering why I'm looking out, I saw a rattlesnake earlier, so I'm making sure his humanoid buddies are not following. I'm joking, or am I? You don't even need to know. New Scientist article on how geomagnetic storms are linked to suicides. And I'm getting a message from someone who comes on my show once in a while. We'll call him G-Man. And he's talked off and on about killing himself. And he always seems to do this when there's a solar flare. And I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude, but I just got to say it, man. Are you guys completely fucking clueless? Some of you that are feeling suicidal, do you not know how the sun is it's activating, these emotions are rising? If there's something wrong in your life, be it a relationship, be it a job, be it your home, you need to address what those issues might be and correct it. Correct it. And take that energy from the sun and fucking fire off to something fucking amazing. Create something amazing with others that are like, yes, man, let's do this. Let's fucking rock and roll. Rock me. Rock me. Rock me through the night and all that shit. Fucking rock. Rock on, man. Rock on. Be positive. Take that energy. Go rafting. Have a good fuck. I'm serious, man. Have some fucking awesome sex. Go out and protest. Go out and scream from the mountaintops. You demonic fucking entities. You have no power. You have no power here, demon. We are human beings. We are flesh and blood. We have spirit. You are parasites. You do not rule us. You are not chasing us. We are after you. We are human. We have gifts the dark ones do not have. That's why they feed on our energy. You know, you think you just do a little bit of math and you can figure out the equation. They're feeding on our energy. This is why Boston bombing type events are staged by our own government to freak people out when they're already scared of each other. Oh, just be afraid. We need to take the firearms. Oh, we've got to take the guns. Boom! You know, just fucking bunch of kids dead. Fucking Mother's Day fucking bombing. 19 dead. Boom! All occurring when we have increases in solar activity to keep people afraid. They know that we're capable of creating and destroying in powerful ways. So events are staged, manipulated, events like 9/11 and many, many others, specifically for the purpose of lowering our vibrational frequency. Now, why would they do that? Why do they spray chemtrails in the air? Is it really just about your plants? Is it really just about Monsanto? Is it really just about poisoning you? Or is there something about blocking out the sun that's positive? Now, if you can see, I'm animated. I'm energetic. Would I feel like this? Did I feel like this a couple days ago? A couple weeks ago when the solar activity was quiet? No, I didn't. I was just sitting there on the couch going, what am I going to do today? I was like, what am I going to do today? I'm trying not to smoke today, by the way. It helps when you have no money and gas to go to the store. But no, what am I going to do today? Oh, poor me. I could sit here and watch some movies with the neighbor, you know, drink some water, eat some food, you know. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. And it's like, woo! So, I went through a lot of shit here. I hope you think about harnessing the power of the sun in a mindful way. Do some research online. You'll find the answers you're looking for if you look honestly. If you feel confused, seek the answers. You know, that new scientist report about suicides being linked to solar flares has been out for 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you spend all this time on the Illuminati, you know, and death camps and sex camps, you know, and fucking TSA, hands down the pants on both sides, just doing this kind of thing around your crotch. You know, you think about all these horrific things. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. You know, you've got to step back. Be the observer and look at the larger picture of how that thing up there called the sun, the 99.9% of the mass of the solar system, how that affects us. So ground yourself. You know, do a little bit of Googling on grounding cord. How you can create in your mind's eye a grounding cord that goes from the base of your root chakra, you know, your survival center, your sexual center, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And you ground that to the root of the earth, the core of the earth, and you allow the excess energy to drain, the excess emotion, the excess anger, the excess anxiety, the excess fear, the excess anxiety. Just ground out that energy and bring in energy that will cleanse out the old energy, because that's why the emotions are heightened. It's the way some would say that the photon light affects the cells in the human body. That's right, our body has trillions of cells in the body. Emotions are stored in those parts of the body. So meditation is important, drinking lots of water, exercise, martial arts, tai chi, yoga, having sex. That's right. Make love, not war. You know, it was said a lot in the 60s. I don't know why truthers don't say it today. I think they're so terrified of all these things that they've forgotten to love each other and how good that feels when you are with human beings, either in a sexual sense or when you're protesting, you're building independent communities, which I'm encouraging people to do so they can spend more time being happy while we're in this life instead of spending your whole life on Facebook posting about threats to physical survival. Where's that in anything? Where's the life in that? Thank you for listening. Please take some of my advice that I've given.